So, guys, let's see how to make this work. I know I'm not in my office environment, but I really just want to quickly kind of share a few things. As I was doing a Bible study actually last night, and I studied the book of Luke, chapter 1, and that was the story of Elizabeth. If you remember Elizabeth, the cousin of Mary, the wife of Zechariah, she was barren for quite some time. And these are actually no righteous people because the husband is actually a priest, working in the vineyard and the temple and all of that. Because sometimes when people go through like a delay, or go through a process of waiting for a manifestation of something for them, sometimes we can quickly judge and think maybe it's their fault, or is it because of as a result of a sin they have committed one way or the other. But then I kind of take a really deeper look into that, and I see that it's actually that is not the case. These are righteous people, these are people of God. And sometimes we can tend to question ourselves, like, why me? And it's you are not, I don't think there is anything to say why whatever you're going through actually happens to you, or why you're waiting for a process. There is no description, there is no reason for me to justify that. But the only thing I can say is that God understands everything. And sometimes certain things happen, or we go through a pain or a delay, and we may not be able to justify that, but then God has a way of using everything to work to our own benefit. And looking at Elizabeth, I could relate it to a story in my life. And probably you, as a person right now, you are in a period where you are waiting for certain things. And because you are waiting, you are seeing other people. I mean, and this is really the sad part to it, because you are seeing other people kind of having what you are waiting to have. You see them living what you are waiting, you are anticipating to have. Let's say, for example, you are waiting, you are trusting God for the fruit of the womb, you are trusting God to have a child, and then you are seeing people, like regular people, normal people, like having their kids, first child, second child. And sometimes you're actually seeing people, that may be younger people, and that with accident and things just happen. And you begin to look at yourself. If something is wrong with you, let me tell you, nothing is wrong with you. And it's not as a result of your seeing what you have done, what you have not done. But the thing is, God, we cannot understand God. That is one thing I want you to know. And when you go through certain things and you have to wait for that manifestation, it is very painful. Honestly, I mean, I'm using childbirth as an experience, but that's not the only thing. People have waited, to get their life partner. People have waited for the job of their life. They've waited for that breakthrough, whatever it is. And you're seeing other people living that. And sometimes, we can feel so ashamed of what we are going through. And sometimes people may be looking down on us as if something is wrong with us. I don't know if you've ever been in a situation like that, or you've actually seen people, be in a situation like that where people are looking at them as if it's their fault. People are shying away from them. People don't want to associate with them, as if they been plagued with one thing or the other. But I just want to share with you that though it is hurtful, and though it's painful, but at the same time I want you to know that God is there with you, and God is going to make all of the delay and the pain and the hurt to work for your good. So this is my own story. I finished high school in 1996. 1996, that's when I finished high school. And prior to me finishing high school, my goal is to be able to go to a nursing program. And I began to try different schools, write different exams, 1997, nothing. 1998, nothing. 1999, nothing. 2000, nothing. And meanwhile, I'm seeing my friends that went to school together go to college. Some go to college, some to university, some to 2-year program, 4 years. And then we come back home, and and because now they see themselves as being superior to me. Some of them don't even want to identify, associate with me anymore. They say we are not at the same level. And back in Nigeria, then they will come back and be speaking this language, these phonetics, as if like everything is about them. And I feel so bad for myself. Like, come on, everybody's going to school. Why me? Why I'm trying? I mean, I wrote different exams. I paid different fees. I actually remember going to Abeokuta to, I mean, this is so funny, honestly, to claim that I was born and raised to claim indigene of Ogun State so I can get into college, get into the school. They asked me to pay different free, different taxes. Oh my God, God forgive me because actually I lied. I remember going to the office and the woman was asking me of my name. And she was like, which family are you from? And because I know people in Abeokuta, I was like, this family said, no, you are from Ondo. I'm like, I'm just trying to get into nursing school. But all the same, everything that I did, let me tell you guys, I didn't get admission into the school. I did not get admission. So in 2001, I've done different exams in 2000. I'm like, I am done. I am done. Like, not that I'm done, but at the same time, like 4 years now, up to 5 years, guys. So I prayed about it, and God just opened door into a school in Abeokuta, Federal University of Abeokuta. And I wasn't thinking of that, but it was kind of like a last minute thing. And I was like, you know what? I would just go. And God so good that I was like, which course? And I was so grateful I got into the school to be able to study mathematics, to be able to study math. Yes, because I was like, if I can go into nursing, I can go into teaching. And meanwhile, I've been doing teaching. I teach all throughout the years where I was doing exams, waiting for admission. I was actually teaching, and I became so good at it that people will be like, why don't you become a teacher? But so after all said and done, I got admission to study math in Federal University of Abeokuta. And we studied different mathematics. I'm telling you, I was in class with some engineering students and some physics students, but math, algebra, calculus, statistics, geometry, you name it, different level of math that we did. And while I was in Abeokuta, I have never lived in Abeokuta. I don't even, like, it's not my place. But because I was waiting, focusing on getting into nursing school, and then God just made a detour for me to go to Abeokuta to go and study math. And I went to Abeokuta the first year because everything was so late. I couldn't get a school, get an apartment. I wasn't closer to school. So a friend of mine, which we were like in church together, you know, she lives in Ibadan at the time, but as family in Abeokuta. So you're like, oh well, she talked to her brother, and her brother said, you know what, you can come and take a space here, while you do your school and everything. Initially, I was skeptical because, like, a man and all of that. But anyway, I did that. I started school, and few months into school, we had, I think it was a strike or was on holiday. Something happened anyway. So I had to leave school. I went back home. I came home to Ibadan. And while I was away, somebody came from Lagos and brought this application form, diversity visa application to come into the United States, to reside, to come and live in the United States. So the person came, I wasn't there because I'm back home with my parents. So the person came, everybody in the home, their families, lots of different people fill out the forms, and everybody brought the forms back. And this man, whoever it is that came from Lagos that brought the form, took everybody's form along with him to go mail them, to go process it, whichever way, I didn't know. But the brother I was living with, Mr. Kimbo Boro, the Lord bless you, sir. He made a copy of one of the forms and left the form for me. So when I came back, he said, well, Victoria, where you were gone for so long, which we expected you to be back, you were not back, but we did this, we filled this application if you can, but I made a copy for you. So I was like, okay, but he said I have to fill out the application myself. Nobody's going to guide me. Whoever brought the form guided everybody and took the form away. I have to fill it out myself and I have to mail it myself. It was a single page, actually 2-page document. So I fill it out and I followed the instruction in that paper. I don't even know what I was doing. And I took it to the postal office and I mailed it and forget about it. I'm sharing that to let you know that sometimes when you are waiting for something, there may be a little detour in your path that you don't even know. But then God is orchestrating all of those processes to your own advantage, where the following year, whichever time they mail the form again, said I have to fill out now an extended form, like about so many pages. I fill out, was a big packet. I fill out. Actually, when I mailed it back, I have to DHL, and it was expensive, close to 1,000 naira then. I'm talking about late 2002. And fast forward to 2003, I got another letter back. And all this while I was using this brother's address, work address, FMC, Abeokuta. And I've moved out of that place. I've gotten an apartment closer to the school, to the main campus, and all of that. And just me, I'm like, Victoria, you got a packet. And it was a miracle. Out of the all people that fill out the form, somebody came, took the form. I was the only person from that cohort. I don't know how to say. I'm not sure how many people, but I was the only person that was selected, and I'm the only person that mailed myself my own application individually. All by myself. I fill out the form. Nobody guided me. I did myself. I went to the post office. I remember vividly to the post office to mail the form. I was the only person chosen, selected. And I'm sharing that because if I have not been delayed in getting to nursing school, I would not have considered going to that university to study math. I've been another school pursuing nursing program, but I went there. God orchestrated all of those. I went there studying math, and now I got a lifetime opportunity to travel to the United States. And that is not actually the end of it. I was studying math. When I came, now I did nursing. When I came into the United States, it was so amazing. And guess what? The math courses that I took, and I took some chemistry courses, the courses that I took, most of them were transferable. That it could just only be God. And I'm sharing that sometimes when we go through things and we are waiting, you are waiting for something, and it's be like it's so prolonged. It's like it feels like a lifetime. God is going to use everything to work for your favor. So let me take you back to that story of Elizabeth in the Bible. At the end, she became pregnant because the angel appeared to her husband in the temple and said he's going to have a child. Initially, he didn't believe that. He didn't actually believe that. And because of his unbelief, he was muted, throughout the entire pregnancy. But when Elizabeth had the baby, had John the Baptist, who became the forerunner of Jesus Christ. He was the one that came before Jesus to actually prepare the way. What an honor. That was the woman who had been waiting for a long time. And as I read that, it brought back to my memory the story of Anna. And I look at the two women, I'm like, so totally different environment, because Anna, she has a rival, a stepwife, we will call it, right? Another woman in the house, married to her husband, and seeing that woman having the first child, the second child, and you are in that same home, you have nothing. And to the extent that this other woman, Penina, we really made mockery of her, like we really pushed her button. But at the end, God bless her, answered our prayer, and gave us Samuel, one of the, oh my God, historic prophet, priest ever lived. We did not hear about the children of Peninnah, but we heard of Samuel, and God used him a lot. He was a priest prophet in his own time. And I'm just sharing that with you. I don't know what you are waiting for. I don't know what you are waiting on. I just really want you to take a posture as you're waiting to just really be very hopeful. Please don't let anyone to really pull you down. Be very hopeful and also continue to trust God. God knows how to make all the things work for your good. If He can do it for me, at the end, I've been in the nursing profession now for about 20 years. About 20 years, right? That was the dream. That was my passion earlier on. But there was a little detour at the beginning. But that was not the end. God used everything to my benefit. So please hang in there. Oh, my phone. Please hang in there. The Lord is going to make everything work for you. All right. If you need help, if you need prayer support, please do not hesitate to reach out to me. God bless you.